Hi all, I'm Neha Raju K, Assistant Professor, BCA Cloud Technology and Information Security Management, St. Teresa's College. Our second module is malwares and botnets. Actually, botnet is an example of malware. So our first topic is Introduction to Malwares. So in this module, we are going to learn about different kinds of malwares. So malwares are malicious software or a malicious script which might harm computers. So the main aim to study this module is to gain exposure to the functioning pattern of malwares like botnet, honeypot, and honeynet. So these are the contents of our module. Introduction to malwares, functioning of malwares, modes of operation of common malwares, and types of malwares. So let's begin with the introduction. The term malware is a contraction of malicious software. Simply, malware is any piece of software that was written with the intent of damaging devices, stealing data, and generally causing a mess. So, malware is a term which consists of two words. First one is mal, which means malicious, and ware, which means software or program. Malware is often created by teams of hackers. Usually, they are just looking to make money either by spreading the malware themselves or selling it to the dark web. So, however, there can be other reasons for creating malwares too. So, it can be used as tool for protest or a way to test security or even as a weapon of war between governments. So, but no matter why or how malware comes to be, it's always a bad news when it wins upon your PC. So next is functioning of malware. Because of malwares, most of the users are facing different kinds of issues. We all are using internet in our daily life, so we need to download or install different applications for various purpose through mobiles and also by using computers or laptops. So these malwares are getting installed on the computers or mobile phones without the knowledge of user. So once a malware sneaks into your computer, it will be able to spy your surfing habits, monitoring keystrokes, observing your usernames and passwords, and also it can even read users' mails as well as encourage users to log in to phishing page. So actually phishing page is sometimes called a spoofed site that tries to steal your account password or other confidential information by tricking you into believing you are on a legitimate website. So you could even land on a phishing site by mistyping a URL also. So be careful while using social media accounts. So next is mode of operation of some common malwares. Here I have included three malwares: Trojan horse, spyware, and adware. So first one is Trojan horse and its functioning. So Trojan horse, in generally called as Trojan. Trojan will pose as legitimate or trustworthy software to user. So once it will gain the trust of the user, it will gain permission to get installed on the computer. But in the background, it is designed to get the control and grant unauthorized control to the hacker. So they are generally embedded in free software download and free programs, normally downloaded from the free untrusted sources. So be careful while downloading applications or softwares from untrusted sources. So next is spyware and its functioning. So spyware is a malware which will secretly spy or monitor the activities of the user without his knowledge. So in organizations, this is generally installed by the administrator who wants to monitor his employees. So for example, a keylogger that are available commonly, it's a spyware. So these are used by parents who want to monitor their child for their online activities. So these keylogger software are used by most of the internet cafes for stealing users' password, PIN number, etc. So these keylogger software are a type of surveillance software which monitor each keystroke of a user types on a specific computer's keyboard. Most of the time, these spyware run in stealth mode. This means the presence is in hidden mode. So user will be unaware about the spyware in the system. So spyware will secretly monitor monitor all the activities on computers on the computers. So and the other thing is it will monitor the computer secretly, but it will not harm the system in any way. So next one is adware and its functioning. So actually, have you ever been browsing the internet, going about your day, when suddenly you get inundated with messages like, congratulations, you have been selected for a free iPhone, click here, like that? So, if you assumed they were probably spam, you are right. If you are seeing a ton of ads like that, you are probably have a particular type of malicious software called adware on your system. To define adware is simple. It's a software that hijacks your browser on other parts of your system in order to blast you with unwanted ads. Hence, adware are a typical revenue generator tools for their developers. So, adware may pose threat to the privacy of the target computer. So next is types of malware. So we have already discussed virus, worm, trojan, spyware and adware. So next is rootkit. So rootkit is mainly designed to infect a target PC and allow an attacker to install a set of tools that grant him persistent remote access to the computer. So it allowing an attacker to get access to and steal data from user's machine without being detected for long period of time. So this malware will be hidden deep within the operating system and will be designed to evade detection by anti-malware applications and other security tools. So it typically acts as a backdoor that gives the attacker the ability to connect remotely to the infected machine whenever he chooses and remove or install specific component. So next is ransomware. Ransomware is mainly designed to deny access to a computer system or data until a ransom is paid. It is often spread through phishing emails that contain malicious attachments or through drive-by downloading. And the next one is bots or botnet. So botnet is a number of internet connected devices, each of which is running one or more bots. It can be used to perform distributed denial of service attacks, steal data, send spam, and allows the attacker to access the device and its connections. How to identify whether the computer is affected by malware? So these are the common symptoms of malware infection. So first one is excessive pop-ups. Files are deleted or modified. Connection with the networks becomes difficult or delayed. Spam amount of your mail in your mailbox is increased. Homepage of your browser is altered. Computer starts crashing frequently. You might see extra search bars in the browser. CPU usage is increased. Users see hard drive is running out of space. So there are a lot of symptoms. So next is countermeasures for malware infection. So first one is install antivirus software and set the scan schedules. So install it from trusted vendors only. And then next is, while downloading the content from the internet, first verify the site whether it is safe and trusted to download from. And the next is block pop-up through the browser. This is very important feature of browser security. And then never respond to spam emails or email attachments. Most of the times, there are chances of malwares attached with such mails. So while surfing on internet, if there are pop-up windows on the web page, we should avoid clicking on it. So that always reconfirm sources, email or link file attachments. Always we have to reconfirm the source, and then make sure that a net traffic and out logs are monitored by the network team on regular basis, and then keep on our operating system updated on all the computers in the network, and clean old files frequently. So these are some of the countermeasures for malware infection.